Om Sri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. Today is Bhadrava Masa Shukla Paksha Ashtami Tithi, that is 8th day after the full moon Shravana and the birthday of Lord of Lords Sri Krishna. Vasudevang Sutam Devang Kansa Chanurang Ardhanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Bande Jagatgurum Krishnam Bande Jagatgurum. I bow to Lord Krishna, I worship Lord Krishna, the son of Vasudeva, who is the cause of Mother Devaki's immense happiness, one who killed Kansa and Chanura, and who is the supreme teacher, the spiritual master of the universe. We know Krishna in many ways, in many roles we have seen him. A mischievous child, a prankster, an enchanting flute player, a graceful dancer, an irresistible lover, a truly valiant warrior, a statesman, a kingmaker, a yogi of highest order, and the most dynamic, colorful avatara of Lord Vishnu. In Holy Gita, Lord Himself declares, Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyuthanamaham dharmasya tadatmanam srijamyaham paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya chaduskritam dharma sansthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge sambhavami yuge yuge. It is said in Bhagavad Gita that whenever there is a predominance of evil and decline of religion, God reincarnates to kill the evil and restore good. Janmashtami festival declares Lord's arrival on the earth for the same purpose, that is, to encourage goodwill and discourage bad will. Right from Mathura to Vrindavan, Vrindavan to Indraprastha, everywhere he went on his own will to destroy the evil and to establish dharma, peace, and to spread the message of love, peace, and harmony. He symbolized as the greatest example of truth, love, dharma, and courage. Krishna had many extremes in his life. He was born in a prison and journey started there. Immediately after his birth, he had to be separated from his parents and was brought up by Nanda Raja and Yashoda in Vrindavan. Soon after his arrival in Vrindavan, the village got disturbed for his presence. Mama Kansa sent demons repeatedly to destroy him. He was troubled constantly as an infant, as a small kid, and had to handle the situation himself without taking anyone's help. Lord Krishna is well known for following Dharma Maryada throughout his life. Let us discuss certain examples from his life which will guide us in our path of Dharma. When Krishna grew up, his vision, clarity on Dharma was very clear, and it was so perfect that he never deviated from Dharma throughout his life, and it was, according to him, was Swadharma. In the great war of Mahabharata, he took the side of Pandavas because he found them dharmic. He stood with them. When Pandavas were in forest during long periods of 12 years of exile and 1 year of incognito, he went to the forest and stayed with them whenever possible. There was nothing personal about it, but still he went there. As per him, again I am telling you, the main purpose of his life was Dharma. Let us talk about Pitama Bhisma. He was the commander-in-chief in Kaurava army. He had a boon that he can only kill himself. He can decide when to die. Nobody else can fight as he was the most powerful warrior. He had Brahmastra, all kinds of weapon which can cause mass destruction. And he had this boon that he can decide to die when he wants to die. So in this situation, Krishna sent Yudhishthira to Bhishma and told him to return the boon which he gave few days earlier. Actually, before the commencement of this great war of Mahabharata, Bhishma blessed Yudhishthira, "May you be victorious." So Krishna says, "Go and return it back." Yudhishthira goes and tells Bhishma that I am here to return the blessing you have given. Bhishma was too smart, asked who sent you here. Bhishma then asked Yudhishthira why he wanted to return the blessing. He said, I did not give this blessing to Duryodhana, but I gave it to you. Why you want to return? Yudhishthira politely says, as long as this war has to go on, you are there, Pitamaha. We cannot win. Definitely because of your presence, we will lose this war. So I came to return your blessings so that your words won't go wrong. Bhishma says, go and tell Krishna, in Kuru dynasty, when we give something, we do not take it back. Not me definitely. Go and tell him. Then Yudhishthira asked Pitamaha, then how can we go ahead with this war? Bhishma said, bring a woman, I won't fight. Yudhishthira says, how can we do that after signing the pact that women and children are not part of this war? Bhishma says, go and ask him who has sent you here. The purpose of giving this example of Bhishma is how well Krishna was informed, and this mind is rare. So children, the message is, if you enter into a war, you need to know your strength first, your team's strength first, then you need to know the enemy's strength, complete details. Think what must be Krishna's way of gathering information, very clearly, fully informed person. This is where he makes himself a very wonderful leader who would know how to strategize and how to hold on to dharma at the same time. Krishna never compromised with dharma. He understood the cunningness of Shakuni. He knew various other deeper issues and knew how to tackle them without giving up dharma. Yudhishthira returns back. Pandavas together they go to Krishna. Krishna says, take Shrikhandi to the war field. Then they all asked, Shrikhandi is not a woman, then how he will go? Lord Krishna said, no, at present he is not a woman, but he was born as a girl child and changed gender to a man. So bring him in front of Bhishma and he will not fight. Now the question is why Bhishma accepted this. Bhishma accepted it as it was suggested by Krishna. Bhishma knew Krishna very well. It was the message of Krishna that now it is time to wind up. So he says, I should wind up. Pitamaha lived too long and now Krishna wants him to go. So when this type of situation comes, how to tackle Bhishma, Krishna alone had the solution. Now children, there is another story for you that is about Guru Drona. Drona had never lost a war, and after 10 days of war, when Pitamaha left the war field, he became the commander-in-chief. Krishna straightaway says to Yudhishthira to say Aswathama is dead. Aswathama is dead. Yudhishthira objected. Krishna says that elephant's name is also Aswathama and looks at Bhima. Bhima immediately kills the elephant and comes out screaming, Aswathama is dead. Aswathama is dead. Drona did not believe a word of it. Then he looked at Yudhishthira and said, you tell me that, then I will believe. Now Yudhishthira had to tell that under complete pressure of Lord Krishna. So he says, Aswathama is dead. I don't know it is a man or elephant. When he had to say man or elephant, I don't know, Krishna took the conch and blew. Bhima also took his conch and blew, and that sentence was not heard by anyone. Now everyone can say it is dharmic. How can it is dharma? A lie is told by Dharmaputra and Guru Dronacharya had to pay for it. It is not dharma. A lie can be told for a greater cause. But why Drona? First of all, technically it was not a lie. Is that fair on Drona? A lie of that kind? Now we have to think. For 10 days of Mahabharata war, the war rules were followed. When Bhisma left, Drona became commander-in-chief. Under Drona's leadership, war rules were broken by Duryodhana. Bhisma did not allow any such thing for 10 days, but under Drona's leadership only, they fought the war after sunset, which was against the agreement. The death of Abhimanyu 7:1. 7 warriors, including Drona, who was the commander-in-chief, they killed Abhimanyu mercilessly, and war laws were broken. There was a rule that 1-to-1 fight will take place, but 7 warriors killed Abhimanyu. Krishna says very clearly, in war, if someone breaks this kind of rules, the rules are no more applicable. And he knew it pretty well that news of Aswathama's death will destabilize Drona completely because he was too much attached to his son. Is it correct that you come to a war with attachment for your family members? How many warriors were dead? How many mothers lost their children? How many people lost their family members in a war? When it comes to you, the news that your son is dead, you drop arms? So, what are you? What is the purpose of your fighting this war? First mistake Guru Drona did. Under his leadership, war rules were broken. Second mistake, for whom he was fighting, he had no idea. One information of his child's death, and he dropped arms and sat quietly. So, Krishna knew very well that Drona would not continue. How well Krishna was informed. Dhrishtadyumna was born to kill Guru Drona. Here, another story is there. We know the famous story of Ekalabya, who cut his thumb to pay Guru Dakshina to Dronacharya. Ekalabya actually cousin of Sri Krishna. He was the son of Devashrava, brother of Vasudeva, who got lost in the forest and was found by a Nishada hunter Hiranyadhanu. Ekalabya died protecting his father during Rukmini Swayamvar. He was killed by Lord Krishna. For that great sacrifice of Guru Dakshina, Krishna blessed Ekalabya that he would be soon reincarnated as Shrikhandi and take revenge on Drona. This person was Dhrishtadyumna, who later on known as Shrikhandi, who killed Drona. So, we understand that when we have bigger responsibilities, when we have larger roles to play, we must be well informed. Let us take another example of Lord Krishna's detachment. In the great war of Mahabharata, Gandhari lost 100 sons and was in deep remorse. When Lord Krishna appeared before her, Gandhari cursed him and said, "Your clan would die in front of you like my children died." Krishna bowed and said, "Thank you, mother. You solved my problem." Actually, this curse served two purposes. Krishna in his earlier avatara killed Bali. He assured Bali's widow Tara that Bali would be able to take revenge in his next birth. The hunter Jara was Bali reborn, and in this life he ended Lord Krishna's stay on the earth with a simple arrow. So Gandhari's curse and his assurance have been fulfilled. The Yadavas were arrogant, lost moral values, but they came with a virtue. Nobody can kill them. They can kill only themselves. So he said, Gandhari, let it be so. Yadavas started drinking, they lost their morality, fought among themselves, and finally ruined themselves, and the entire Yadava dynasty came to an end. From birth to death, everything was tragic, but Krishna was never sorrowful. He rose above it and was extremely joyous, bubbling with hopes, expectations. Never went into depression. He appeared as the greatest sannyasi, at the same time, greatest sansari. The most powerful message Lord Krishna gives: we should uplift ourselves by our own efforts. we should never allow ourselves to fall. Put forth your own efforts. An uncontrolled mind is our greatest enemy, and a controlled mind is our greatest friend. Krishna followed Dharma Maryada. He lived as per the law of Dharma, which is the highest. In this auspicious occasion of Krishna Janmashtami, let us devote ourselves fully towards Lord Govinda. Let us seek the blessings of Lord of Lords to guide us in the path of Swadharma to attain perfection. Jai Shri Krishna.